the amount of money which is earmarked to sustainable transport from the current national recovery plans that were submitted to the Commission is pretty high. As for the end of April, it was estimated at almost 71 billion euros for the whole EU for the sustainable transport, which is of course not only urban mobility, but a big chunk of that in fact goes into urban mobility. Also other sustainable transport investments which are also useful for helpful for tourism, such as creation of comprehensive cycling lanes between the cities. This is very high very importantly placed in those national recovery plans. And if I remember correctly, Belgium and Italy were among those member states where this amount for cycling infrastructure, both in cities and between cities, was very high in the range of several hundreds millions euros. We are pushing towards sustainable urban mobility. We are promoting that the investments and EU funding should be used in this context to reduce negative externalities. And by this we mean things like congestion, like road accidents, air noise emissions, for example. So those investments should help to reduce those negative externalities. And in the end, all this should contribute to the decarbonization objectives and the commitments that the EU has taken at the international level, and also we have taken within the EU. In 2020, we have issued a sustainable and smart mobility strategy, where basically this ambition was presented that each mode should become more sustainable, so that we have a chance to achieve the decarbonization objectives by 2050. By 2050, 90 or 95% of emissions linked with transport should be reduced, which is an immense task. In cities, I think, or I personally hope that this process will happen a bit faster. So I know there are cities that have ambitions to become climate neutral, which includes also making transport and mobility zero emission earlier than 2050, by 2030, for example. And for that, we have this dedicated cities mission for climate neutral and smart cities, where we will support 100 pioneer cities in making this endeavor to transform their mobility into this model. And I also hope, and I think it's necessary, that this green transition must be accompanied by making transport more inclusive, so that nobody will feel to be left behind. Basically, without support for all those policies, we risk running into political difficulties or even social unrest.